Hello everyone, I'm here with an exciting video. Myself and Marie's Notes have decided to collaborate to do a challenge series, and we decided that we're going to do this twice a month, and we're going to do some kind of randomly put together challenges. So for this week we decided to do a use your scraps challenge, but the challenge was that you have to use sizes that are smaller than 6 inches, and you have to use rainbow colors. So this is what I decided to do with it. I used that jelly bean soup die cut sheet, and I just traced the chevrons on all of the papers that I had picked out. I have tons and tons of little scraps, so yeah, this was not really a challenge that bad because I had so many scraps that I had problems finding red scraps actually. But yeah, anyway, I'm using some sparkly tissue paper to put behind my photo, and that's the only layer I'm putting behind my photo. This is really minimally embellished because of how bright it ends up being. And this challenge, it took us a little bit. We came up with a ton of ideas for what we wanted to do for this series, and we decided to call our series the Random Scrappy Challenge. And it's because we're going to put a bunch of random kind of challenges together into one, and it's going to be lots of fun. So here I'm just gluing down my photo. I decided to use a black background, and I like the way that rainbow looks against a black background, and I've been using black more often lately. I just think it looks great and it makes things pop a lot. So I'm going to use this Tim Holtz stencil and some white acrylic paint just in a couple of areas, and I'm going to cover it up with the chevrons, but it pops through a little bit and gives it just a little something extra. So I'm just going to use a paintbrush and put this on. I don't know the best way. If you want to leave in the comments a better way of how to put the acrylic paint on than a brush, because this didn't really work all that well, but I'm not sure what the best way is. So if you have any thoughts, please feel free to share. Now I'm really excited to find out what Marie comes up with, because she really enjoys using rainbow colors. So, you know, I'm excited to see what she creates for this challenge, because I have seen a couple of her videos where she's used rainbow before, and I love the layouts that came out, so this is really exciting. I will leave a link to her video down in the description box for my video, so definitely go check her out, and you should subscribe to both of our challenges, or to both of our channels, so that you can follow along with the challenges. And if you create anything using our challenge, please leave that also in the comments, because I would love to see what you come up with for this. So I just put some of the white splatters with the acrylic paint. I just added some water and put the splatters in, and then I am going to start with my border. So I was thinking about layering this on another piece of paper to create a border around it, but I came up with this idea to use even more scraps. So I cut out a bunch of little chunks off of my scrap papers, and I cut them in different sizes and different shapes, and in each one of the colors, and I just go around and I put them all around the outside of the layout, kind of creating a border on it, and I think it looks fantastic. I was afraid that it would be too busy once I added the chevrons too, but I really think that it goes really well, especially since I don't embellish it really. I feel like it just adds a little extra and kind of contains the page. So the picture is of me and my daughter using a Snapchat filter with rainbows coming out of our mouths. So we're puking rainbows, and yeah, I think it's just a cute photo. It's not a great quality one or anything, but I thought it went with this really well. Immediately when I came up with this idea for what I was going to do for this layout, I'm like, oh, that would be a perfect picture. So I knew exactly what I wanted to print out. So here I didn't make you watch the whole thing, and I did stitch around the edge, just a straight stitch using some black thread just to hold all those little pieces down because they were really hard to adhere. So now I'm going to mess around with putting these chevrons out, and I lay them out thinking that I was going to use, you know, like a full chevron of each pattern that I cut out, but then I realized like partway through that I'm not going to have enough space to put all of the colors and all of the chevrons that I put on. So I'm still going to go through and lay all these out, and then I'm going to realize that it doesn't work after I shut the video off. So what I end up doing is I end up using 1/2 of each of the chevrons in each pattern. So half of the chevron will be one print or one pattern paper, and then half of the chevron will be another pattern paper. And it makes it so that there is enough room for all of the colors to be represented, and it gives it a little bit of extra, I don't know, I think it looks really good. And I put it on a gradient and I alternate the rows in which direction that they're facing, and I absolutely love the way it turns out. Now I do use my Scotch quick dry adhesive to adhere each one of the little chevron pieces, and then I do end up putting a white straight stitch like line through the center, kind of where the gap is, where the chevron pieces, you know, kind of don't completely meet, and I'm purposely leaving a little gap there because I think it adds to the interest of the page. So it's going to cut out or go to the next clip here because I don't want to make you watch this whole thing. So, and here you can see the stitching, and yeah, I absolutely love the way that looks. So I'm just going to pop my photo up on some foam, some fun foam, and this is just, you know, the Walmart fun foam that everybody uses. So my title is going to be Taste the Rainbow, and somebody recently on a YouTube video I watched had a layout that I think they called Taste the Rainbow. But I didn't think about that until after the fact. But I was actually watching TV as I was making this, and a Skittles commercial came on, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is totally perfect because there's rainbows coming out of our mouths. So yeah. I love the way this turned out. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to both mine and Marie's channel so that you can see what we create each time. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Bye.